Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Colonel's Corner. Joining us today is Wilkes women's ice hockey head coach Dave LaBaff to preview the MAC championship set for this Saturday at the Toyota SportsPlex. Coach, thank you so much for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So first, your second championship appearance in as many years. Talk to us about the season and how it's prepared you for this moment.
Yeah, I think our goal initially was to play a much harder out-of-conference schedule, which I think we accomplished. I think that puts us used to being in some of these pressure moments. But maybe you look at our record and, you would say it was an easy road. I don't think that's the case at all. I think we got the best from everybody all year long, and I think we really valued that in every game that we went into. Nobody ever just showed up with the mentality that, they were going to fold. Everybody gave us their best for 60 minutes, and it's been great. And I think we're really proud of the team. The work ethic we've seen this week has been absolutely incredible. I think everybody's really excited. They know what's on the line, and I'm really excited to see what team's going to show up for us this Saturday.
You talk about how you've gotten the absolute maximum effort out of everybody this year. It's really shown in just the dominant season the team has had. You ranked the highest the team has ever ranked in NPI in the top 10. You've had multiple games you mentioned the out-of-conference schedule that's been a lot tougher this year. But what really more can you talk about the difference between last year's team and this year's team and just how dominant you guys have been this year?
Surprisingly, we've put the puck in the net quite a bit more. I think we're averaging close to 5 goals a game right now, which is pretty wild. I don't think that's easy to accomplish. I think we're right behind River Falls, who's 2-time defending national champions. I think it's just been a lot of growth from everybody. I mean, we have a lot of last year's crew back, and I think everybody's been willing to grow. I mean, we have contributions from everybody. I mean, we had one game this season where 9 different people scored goals, and, every day they find a way to surprise me. Every day they find a way to exceed expectations. Every game they make matter, and I think that carried over from last year, but I think that their goals are higher this year, and, they don't want to settle on easily attainable goals anymore. They really want to reach for the stars and just kind of see where we end up.
You ended up with 5 players on the MAC all-conference team this year. Haley Bouchard was named Offensive Player of the Year and Overall Player of the Year. Talk to us about her season a little bit and what's made her have just another fantastic record-breaking year.
Yeah, I think Boo showed up this year with a point to prove after last season, and I think she went out on the ice every day and found ways to get better. She's human like everyone else, right? She doesn't have her best days every single day, but when it came to game time, she was somebody we could really rely on in some clutch moments and help us win games and distribute the puck when we need to, play defense when we need to, shoot when we need to. I think she's all-around 200-foot player that, shows care in every single zone, and she finds ways to do some flashy things. But I think what I appreciate the most is when she's willing to do the hard things, whether it's on the back check, blocking shots on the penalty kill, and just her level of care this year in terms of, her game performances has been absolutely incredible.
Talk about her distribution. She shattered the single-season program record in assists this year, currently leads the MAC as well. You also, talking about you a little bit here, were named MAC Coach of the Year. Talk to us a little bit about what that means for you.
Yeah, I think first of all, for me, it should never be MAC Coach of the Year. It should be MAC Coaching Staff of the Year. I don't think I'm anything without Han, Becky, and Ida. I think they take on a lot, probably more than anyone would ever know, and they help keep me grounded in probably some of the toughest times, and they are great role models for our team. And if it's not for them, this award doesn't have my name on it, but I'll never celebrate this award as some individual achievement. I think this is you can't be a coach without players, and you can't be a great coach without a great staff.
You look to this weekend's game, the MAC Championship, a rematch of last year's matchup with Arcadia, a game that you guys won, a very, very close game. But how different is it this year? What are you expecting from the Knights in this matchup?
I expect the same thing. It's going to be tight. It's going to be physical, high emotion. I think being able to regulate our emotions is going to be really key. It's going to be a fast game, great goaltending. I think it's going to be the best game of the year so far from both teams. I'm really excited to get another shot at them. They're a tremendous team who reloaded extremely well through recruiting, and I've got a lot of respect for them and their program. And it's going to come down to the smallest details, and we want to make sure that we're ready to go for all those small details.
Colonels host the Knights this Saturday at 3:30 p.m. at the Toyota SportsPlex for the MAC Championship. Wear white for the white out game. Coach, thank you so much for stopping by, and best of luck this weekend.
Thank you. Appreciate it.